Today we are going to learn about the new topic in the second unit. That is template. Okay. So before going to discuss that one, just I want to share the PPT. Yes. Please listen, everyone. So each and every lab program is based on these templates only. If you know the template, you can write the programming part. Okay. So every programming, I think already I have shared the lab and the syllabus, theory syllabus in classroom.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you seen that, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, good, Ramya. Yes. Once look into the lab syllabus, each and every program is with the templates only. Okay. So what is template actually? So what is the use of template? Where we need the templates in the programming part? Okay, we'll see that in this session. Okay. Now once go to the PPT. Yeah. Is my screen is visible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you, ma. So today's topic is that is a new topic, that is template. So in as per lab syllabus, each and every program is with the templates only. So listen carefully. Okay. So what is template? So this template is a generic programming. So what is a generic programming? It is an approach where generic types are used as parameters in program so that they can work for a variety of suitable data types and data structures. Data types and data structures. Okay. So next we have templates are often used in larger database for the purpose of code reusability and flexibility of the programs. Okay. So to understand this two points, once I want to write the programming part without templates. Okay. So once I will go to the programming part. So why we need the template here? So now you can see here, I'm typing some program like function overloading. Okay. So can anyone tell me what is function overloading?
In one function, we have to add two or three functions.
With the same name, we are using the functions. We are using the same name with the number of functions. Okay. So I'm writing that program. Okay. Now, in a normal program, no, I'm not taking any class program, just I'm taking the normal program. Okay. Now here, I'm using some, I mean, like, I'm using some function. Is I'm declaring some data, that is a equal to some 20 and b equal to 10. Okay. Now just I'm taking the statement. Maximum. I need to find out the maximum of these two numbers. I need to find out the max of these two numbers, a and b. Okay. So further, I'm taking one function, max function. I'm passing these parameters, both a comma b. Okay. Now I need to call that function.
Ma'am, your voice is low.
Uh, Now it is okay.
Yes, ma'am, it's
Yeah,
okay.
Okay, ma'am.
yeah. So I'm calling that max function. Max of, we need to pass the parameters a comma b. So among a comma b, I need to find out the which one is the maximum element, or what, which one is the largest element. Okay. Now same thing I need to declare for the float also. Okay. I need to declare for the float also. Float. I'm taking some x. X equal to some 5.5, and y equal to some uh, 8.5. Okay, let us take this as a values here. Okay, so this, yeah, so y equal to, suppose I'm taking the 8.5. So again I need to find out the which one is the biggest among these two numbers. So I'm taking the cout statement. So I need to call that function max. I need to pass that values, that is I need to pass the values x comma y. Okay, so I need to call that function. So I'm taking the statement here. Max, max of x comma y. Okay, yes. So I'm returning the statement 0, why? Because I'm using the int main. Next I'm using the chat. I need to define that function max. Okay, and I'm taking the parameters here into some what I comma into j into j. Okay. So I need to find out which one is the greatest element. So I'm returning this result. I want to return the result. Why? Because I'm using the cout statement. When you're using the cout statement, you need to take the return here. For the function, we need to take the return type here. So what is the return type here? I need to take the integers numbers, and I need to find out which one is the biggest among these two, and I want to return the result, and the result is also an integer. So I need to take the conditional operator or the ternary operator, a greater than b. So if a greater than b, if the condition is satisfied, so then question mark followed by the statement will be executed. So what is that one? A is greater. Or if the condition is false, colon followed by the statement will be executed. That is B here. Yeah. So this is the ternary operator. Okay, I need to return that result here. Okay, now I need to take the float also. Why? Because I'm taking the floating values also. So I need to take the return type as float, and the function name is max, and I'm taking the float values now. Okay, I'm taking the float values now. Suppose it is some s and z. I'm taking the s and z values, formal parameters here. So I need to take the return statement same. Okay, I'm using the ternary operator, the conditional operator here. So it is like a simple if else statement here. So it is s, it is z. Okay, so if s greater than z, So I need to print the S value, or else we need to print the Z value. Okay, so this is the program. Okay, is my screen is visible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Yeah. Now, so this is a simple program. I need to find out the maximum of AB and XY. Now see here, for to find out the maximum of AB and to find out the maximum of X and Y, I'm using the same function name, that is a max. Okay, here I'm using the max and here also I'm using the max. Means it is a function overloading. But how can we differentiate these two functions? Can anyone tell me how can we differentiate these two functions? How can I differentiate the max of a comma b and max of x comma y? I'm taking the same name, but how can I differentiate these two functions?
Data type.
Yeah, good, ma. Good, Soumyasri, good, Ramya also. So with the data type means parameters. Here a comma b is an integer, and here it is x and y are the float values. So with that we can differentiate the max of a comma b and max of x comma y. Okay. So suppose if I'm taking the one more, two more parameters here, that is double values or character values or long int, long double. So like that I can take the number of data members or variables. I need to find out the maximum of those two numbers here. Okay, suppose now try to run this one program. I think I have some error here. A was not declared in the scope. Yeah, yes, so it is ing. A and B are the actual parameters here, and ing are the formal parameters. Yes, correct. Now try to run this program. So we can see the output here. Max of a comma b is 20 and max of x comma y is 8.5. You can see here what is the value of a here, 20, and what is the value of b here, 10. So among these two numbers, which one is the biggest one? 20 is the biggest one. So we are getting the result as 20. Then float x value is 5.5 and y value is 8.5. So among these two, 8.5 is the largest element. So we are getting the result as 8.5 is the largest element. Okay, no problem. So we are getting the output properly. Suppose if you are taking the one more max function, so max of double, or if you are taking the max of long end, so like that you need to take the function definition for each and every data type. So it is for the function data type, function definition for the integer, and it is a function definition for the float. Suppose if you are taking the character, you need to write the function definition for the character also. So how many number of functions you are taking here with the overloading concept, you need to take those many function definitions. So while writing these definitions, your programming goes lengthy. Okay, so your program is lengthy as well as the it is not flexible. Okay, so to overcome that problem with the one single function, I need to find out the max of integers and max of float. I need to find out the max of double, or I need to find out the max of character. Only I need to write only one function definition. With one function definition, I need to execute all the functions here. So how to write that one? By using the templates. So it is possible with the templates concept. So what is the template here? It is a generic programming. So why we need to call it as a generic programming here? Suppose if you are taking the general stores. So what is the meaning of general stores here? You can go to the general store and you can buy any product in the general stores. It is available in the general stores. Same thing here, generic data type or print place or the generic program. If you are taking any data type, whether it is integer, float, character, double, it will take that data type and execute the program. Okay, you are not going to mention the total, it is integer or it is the float, it is the character, like that. You don't need to write the number of definitions here. With the single function, with the common function, I need to execute all the functions. So it is called as a generic programming. Okay, and templates are often used in larger code base for the purpose of code reusability. I'm using only one function number of times, that is called as a code reusability. So what happens when you're taking the code reusability? The flexibility occurs automatically, the flexibility occurs. Okay, so that is the use of the templates. Now what are the template types here? So we have a function template as well as a class templates. So what is the function template and what is the class templates? If you are not using any classes, if you are writing the C++ normal C++ program without class, so you can use the function templates here. Suppose if you are using the class concept with the C++ program, you can use the class templates. So this is the function template and the class template. And what is the syntax of those one? So what is the function template syntax here? Now you can see here template, we need to use the keyword template in angular brackets, this less than greater than symbol. Within less than greater than symbol, you need to write this statement here. So what is this less than greater than symbol here? We can call it as a angular brackets. So in angular brackets, if you are using the function templates, we need to take the statement here, type name space, you can take any variable name, that is the generic variable name. So what is template variable is called as a generic variable. Okay, so we need to take a t. Normally in every textbook we are following it as a t here, or you can take any variable, no problem here. So template in angular brackets, we need to mention the syntax type name and followed by the variable, generic variable, and close the angular bracket. And you can take the return type of the function and function name, and you can take the parameters. And with the parameter type also, I'm not mentioning here integer, float, character, like that. So what I'm mentioning here, it is a generic data type variable. So whatever you are taking the variable here, whether it is t, x, something, so you need to take that same template variable here. So t a comma t b, and you can open the braces and you can write the function body here. So this is the syntax for function template. Okay, now uh, come to the class template. What is the class template syntax? Class template is syntax. So syntax is, before declaring the class declaration, before going to the class declaration, you need to write the syntax. Here, before going to the function definition body, you need to declare the template syntax like this. Templates in angle bracket, you need to take the type name and followed by the generic variable. And come to the class templates. Before declaration of a class, you need to take the syntax, template syntax. So templates in angular brackets, now you need to take the keyword as a class. Why? Because I'm using the template for the class, so you need to use the keyword as here class followed by the generic variable. If you are not using classes here, what is the keyword there? Type name, type name, and followed by the generic variable. Okay, so when you are using the generic variable in class, so how to pass the parameters when you are creating the objects? How can we pass the parameters when you are creating the objects here? So this is the syntax here. Class name within the angular bracket, class name within the angular bracket, you need to mention the type. So which type of parameters you need to pass here? So here we are taking the parameters. So what type of parameters you need to pass, you need to mention here in angular brackets. So class name, within the angular brackets you need to mention the type and followed by the object name, and you can pass the parameters. Okay, so to clear understand this concept, we'll see with the programming part. Okay, now once go to the programming part again. Now, see this here. Just I'm modifying this program without writing all these function definition to instead of these two function definition, I'll write only one function definition. With that, I can execute the both max of AP and max of XY. So it possible using the templates. Now here I'm using the normal program, normal C++ program, now this class program. So before function definition, you need to use the template syntax here. Okay, now once here, so I need to write the function definition. So here just keep it in comment lines, these two function definitions here. Okay, now I need to write the function definition for max of some variable here. So I'm taking the max function name, and here instead of int float parameters, I need to take the generic type. So before definition of function, we need to take the template syntax. So template keyword in angular brackets, we need to take the type name followed by the generic variable. You can take any variable, not the T or I, J. You can take any variable, or not in a small letter. You can take in a capital letters also. No problem. Suppose I am taking a capital T. Okay. Now come to the function definition. Before going to the function definition, we need to write the syntax here, template syntax. So this is the function template syntax. Is a function template syntax. Okay, now come to the function definition. So here I'm passing the max of a comma b and max of x comma y. Means am passing the two parameters here. Now, what are the parameter types here? Here it is an integer and here it is a float. So instead of those data type, I'm using the generic data type. What is my generic data type variable here? T. So take that a variable here. So it is t, and I need to store this a value into some other value. Suppose I'm taking the I. Okay, and next parameter also data type is t, and then parameter y v value is stored into the some j. Okay, now so now I'm going to the function definition. I need to find out the which one is the largest element among these two. So I'm taking the conditional operator or ternary operator. So return I greater than j question mark I colon j. So this is the ternary or the conditional operator. I'm returning the result here. So what type of result you are returning here? I and j. And what are the type of I and j here? T. It is not integer now, it is t here. Okay, so I need to take the return type of function as a t now. So previous we are taking the return type of function as here integer. Why? Because you are taking the parameter types of integer and you are finding the among largest among these two numbers, and you need to return the I and j values, and data type of I and j is integer only. You need to take the integer. But here what is the data type of I and j here? It is a template variable. So you need to take the return type as a template for the max function. Okay, now so instead of these two functions, just I'm writing the only one single function. Okay, so with this single function I can execute the program. Now how can we execute the program? Now you can see it. Now you can go to the run. Now you can see here, you'll get the output. Max of a comma b is 20 and max of x comma y is 8.5. So among a b, a value is greater 1, so a value is printed here. And among x and y, float values, y value is greater, so 8.5 will be printed here. So like this we can execute the templates. Okay, and for clear understanding purpose, I'll show you the this video. Now you can see here everyone. So this is my program. So previous just now we have written that. So now you can see here, this is the main function and this is my template function. Okay, or template function definition. Now you can see here x and y. So first the statement this will be executed int x equal 10, y equal to 5. So values will be initialized to x and y, and then it is going to the next statement, and I need to call the max of x comma y variable. Okay, so when you're calling the max of x comma y, it is going to the function definition. It is coming to this here. Okay, so here you can use the, or you can use the type name or class name for the function template, but when you're taking the class program you need to take the keyword as a class only. So you can use here type name or the class, no problem. For the function templates, not for the class templates. If it is a class template, you need to use the class only, class syntax only here. Okay, now it is coming to the template syntax here. Then it is going to the function definition. Okay, syntax. So a max function, so return type is here t and generic variable t here. So this, what is the a value here? 10, that is x value, and what is the b value here? Y, that is the 5 value stored here. And what is the data type of 10 and 5 here? Integer na. So this t is replaced with the integer. When you are passing the data type with the a and b. So what is the a b data type here? Integer. So that t is replaced with the integer, and you can go to the next body of the function. So you can find out the which one is the largest among these two, and you can return that result here. Okay, again once come back to the function, main function here. Come back to the main function. Now float value, I'm taking the float here, I equal 5.5 and j equal 8.5, and next I'm calling the max function, max of ij. Okay, so what is the data type of ij here? Float. Now when you're calling the max of ij, it is going to the again function definition. I'm using only one function definition for the number of functions here. Okay, so again it is coming to the function. The first this statement will be executed. Why? Because we are using the template now. So template syntax statement will be executed. Then is going to the function definition title here. So now this t is replaced with which data type? Can anyone tell me now this t is replaced with which data type? Float. S tray are really good. So why? Because now we are passing the max of ij now. So what is the ij data type here? Float. So it is P is now it is replaced with the float data type. Okay, and next it is going to the return a less than b statement. So you can find out the which one is the largest value among these two, and you can print that value here. So like this, the template functions will be executed. Is this clear, everyone? Do you have any doubts?
Clear, ma'am.
Yeah, good, good. So this is a function template. Okay, now how to write the class templates when you're using the class programs, how to use the template in the classes. Okay, now we'll see that with the program. No, no, just I'm
Ma'am, must
telling.
explain class template, ma'am. Syntax.
Yeah, I will tell you the class now. Yes, this is the function template ma. Now I'm explaining the class template. Which one you want?
Class.
Yeah, class now. Now, just now I'm explaining now. Now see here, I'm explaining the class program, class templates now. So suppose I need to take the class. Okay. What is my class name? Suppose it is A. Class name is A. Now I'm taking the data members. I want to take the data members, whether it is the integer or float or character, anything. You can take any data type here. I need to take the templates here. Okay. Suppose I'm taking the uh, just take the I need to compare the both the values, and I need to find out which one is the largest value among the data members. So I am taking the data member A comma B. So here I need to take the integer. Okay. Then I need to take the constructor to initialize the values. So what is my constructor name? Class name. So what is my class name here? Compare. And I am taking the int sum x and int y. Okay, then I need to take the function constructor definition, and I'm assigning a equal to x and b equal to y. Okay, I'm assigning the parameter values to the actual data members. Then I'm taking the function. I need to find out the max of these two members. So I'm taking the int max of max function. Simply I'm taking the max function declaration here. I need to type this function definition outside the class. Okay, so when you're using the classes, now see here. So I'm taking the int data type, return type, function name is max. Here I need to find out the s. And here how to define the function definition outside the class, return type, class name. What is my class name here? Compare colon and the function name. So what is my function name here? Max. Okay, now I need to find out which one is the largest among these two. Suppose if a comma b. So I'm using the if statement now. So in previous program we are using the conditional operator or the ternary operator. Now I'm using the if else statement. If a greater than b, so if a is greater, I need to print that a value here. I need to print that a value, or I want to return that value. Why? Because I'm taking the return type of function as integer. I need to return the value that. So the return a. Okay. Else. So if it is else, what we have to return? B value. No? So return B. Okay, return A or return B here. Okay. Then close the function definition. That's it. Okay. Now suppose I'm taking the one more data type data members, that is some I comma j. Okay. Okay. I comma j. So to initialize the values, I need to take them again constructor, initialize the values here. Okay. So again I need to write this number compare float some x float y. Okay. Then I need to initialize these values, that is I equal to x, then j equal to y. Okay. So again, to find out the maximum of these two numbers, I need to take the one more function. Why? Because now I'm using the float variables. Now float max. For this, again we need to write down the function definition now. So here return type of function is float, and the class name is compare, scope resolution operator, and the function name is max. Here same thing, we need to, the code is same, but the type of variables are different here. Now it is I and j. Okay, I and j. So if it is I greater than j, I need to return the I value. If it is false, then I need to return the j value. So this is the case. Okay, now we need to create the object for the class now. So I'm taking the int main. Okay, int main. So I need to create the objects. How to create the objects with the class name? So what is my class name? Compare, and I'm using the object obj1, and here I need to pass the integer. Okay, suppose that is 20 comma 10. Then I'm going to create one more object here, obj2. Here I need to pass the float type of values here. So that is 5.5 comma 8.5. I'm taking the 5.5 and 8.5. Okay, so when you're creating this object obj1 of 10 20 comma 10, it is going to the integer type constructor here. Okay, we have a parameterized, we have types of constructors: default constructor, parameterized constructor, and copy constructor, like that. So if you are passing the parameters, is the parameterized constructor, and what type of values you are passing 20 comma 10 means it is going to the parameterized constructor with the integer type. Okay, now suppose if you are creating the obj2, so, and what is obj2 parameters here? 5.5 and 8.5 means we are passing the float values. So it is going to the constructor with the float values here. So now this will be executed. So this is for obj1. When you are taking the compare into x and into y, it is a obj1 constructor. And when you are taking the obj2 of 5.5 and 8.5, it is going to this particular constructor, that is obj2. So this is for obj1 and this is for obj2. Why? Because we are passing a different data members, different values here. Okay. Now, then I need to call the max function. After creating the object, I need to call the max function. So here I am taking the cout max of, just I'm taking the max of, that is 20 comma 10 na? So 20 comma 10, max of 20 comma 10. So which one is the greater value? So I need to print that value. Okay, so I need to call that one. So max of 20 comma 10. Okay, or I already we passed that now. So simply I need to call the max function. That's it. Simply I need to call the max function. But how to call the max function? We need to use the object name. What is my object name? obj1 dot max. I need to find out the maximum of float values also. So in that case, I need to take the one more cout statement, max of, now it is 5.5 comma 8.5. 5.5 and 8.5. Now what is the object name now? It is a obj2. Okay, so this is for obj1 of 20 comma 10, and this is for obj2 for 5.5 comma 8.5. Okay, now just I'm returning the statement return 0. Okay, now simply just run the program. Okay, just run the program. I'm getting some error now. What is that error? Compare. Yeah, see here, compare max float. Compare and yeah, 1 minute. So we are getting some. So instead of float here, this I'm taking a double. Why we are getting the error here? So float and double both are same, but with the precision it is different. So with the floor we are taking the 8 up to 8 precision values, but come to the double we can take the 16 precision values. Okay, so just I'm taking that precision here. Okay, so instead of float just I'm using the double. Okay, now you are getting the error. What error here? Overloading.
In
So you are
19th
getting
line also you write double, ma'am.
what, ma?
19th line, double you should write.
Yeah, yeah, yes, yes, good. And take this written type of function is also double. Yes. When we are getting error, what is that error? Okay, it is function overloading ambiguous. Now you can see here. So you are using the same function name max and max for integer and double. So you are getting the confusion between the compare max and compare max, but we are taking the return type of this function is double, so we are getting the error here. So how to overcome that error? I need to take one function definition. I need to take only one function definition. With that function definition I need to execute that one. So instead of this max, so you can take the max one and max two. So suppose for integer you can take the max here, max one, and here you can take the max two. So here also you can take the max one, and here you can take the max two. Now you can call those, with the max one and the max two. Now you can execute this program. Now you can see here there is no ambiguous. Why? Because we are using the different names for the functions here. Now you can see max of 20 comma 10 is 20, and max of 5 comma 5 and 8.5 is the 8.5. No problem. But when you are using the same name here, we are getting the error. No? So in a class we are getting the error. Okay, so how to overcome that problem? I need to take only one function definition, but I need to execute all the different types of functions. So how it is possible with the template classes. So before class declaration here we need to take the template, and in angular bracket we need to take the class, and you can take the generic variable. You can take any variable, either it is capital or small, you can take this one. Okay, now suppose here we are calling the values max function. So what is max one function? With the object 120 comma 10 values will be passed. And when you are taking the max obj 2 dot max 2 function 5 comma 5 and 8.5 values will be passed here. Okay, so now without using these two function definitions and without using these two different constructors, I need to use only one constructor. So how it possible? Now you can see here. So here I also integer ab. So instead of this int, just I'm taking the generic variable. That's it. And here also instead of double, I need to take the generic data type t. And here is it is also we need to take the generic t variable, and here it also we need to take the generic t variable. Okay, now you can remove this one. With this only one constructor you can execute the both integer and float here, and we are taking the return type here, it is an integer, so instead of this I can take the generic variable, and here it is also instead of double we can take the generic data type t. Okay, now here I need to use only one function name, so simply you can erase this one. With one function definition I need to execute the total program. Okay, now you can take it as a max, simply max. So here return type of this function is a generic data type, that is t. Okay, and here so if a greater than b, so you can just remove this also, no problem. With only one data members we can compare that one. A greater than b, return a. If else the condition is false, it is going to the else statement, return b. Okay, so now I can remove this second function definition also. Okay, now I'm creating the object for obj1 20 comma 10 and obj2 5.5 8.5. But when you're taking the templates, we need to use the separate syntax. Okay, now this is a template. So before function definition we need to use the template syntax, What is that one? Template class P. Okay, before every function definition, when you are using the template programming, so we need to use this syntax. Before function definition, we need to write this as statement template in angle brackets. We need to take the class T. Okay, now so when you are taking the templates, how to pass the values? How to pass the values here? Okay, so here between class name and object name, we need to take the angular bracket. And in the angular bracket, you need to mention the what type of parameters you are going to pass here. So what is the data type of 20 comma 10 integer? Na? So here we need to pass the integer. So we are passing the integer parameter. So replace this t with the integer. We are giving the statement like that. So in angular brackets, we are taking the integer type. So understood that 20 and 20 is the integer values. So replace this t generic variable with the integer. Why? Because I'm passing the integer. Okay. So here it also. Okay. So I'm taking the one more statement here. Compare in angular brackets. I need to mention the data type of the object 2. So what is the data type of object 2 here? Parameter objects here. It is the float now. So you need to take the float. So we are passing the float values. Okay, and then you can call the object 1 and object 2 with the same function name, that is the max on. You can call the function max. Now try to run this program now. Okay, we are getting some error. What is that error? A was not declared in the scope. What is A was not declared in the scope? Why? Because it is private now. So simply just I'm taking the public. Uh, just a minute.
Ma'am, in line 17, you have taken scope resolution, ma'am.
Where
Line 17.
yeah, scope resolution. Why? Because we are defining the function outside the class now. What is the syntax to define the function outside the class? Return type, class name, scope resolution operator, and the function name. Isn't it?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So we are getting the error at what statement? A was not declared in the scope. A was not declared in the scope. Yeah. Yeah. 1 minute. So we are passing the two parameters. Yes or no? So we are passing the two parameters 20 comma 10. So we are passing the two parameters means we need to give the syntax like this in angular brackets int comma int. How many parameters you need to pass? You need to give those many data types here int comma int. So you are taking one more value here. Suppose 20 comma 10 comma 5. So we are passing three parameters. So in that case you need to take the one more int statement here. So like that we need to take the parameters. So here we are taking only two parameters. So you can take the data type here int comma int and float comma float. Okay, so try to run this program once again. Again we are getting compare used without template parameters. I'm using the templates now. Maybe yeah, good. Now see
Yes,
here. Yeah, I got it. Now when you're taking the template here, so when you're using the class templates, so here when you're taking the definition for the function templates, so here before scope resolution operator before scope resolution operator in angular bracket, we need to mention the template variable once again. So this t is return type, and what type of parameters you are taking, you need to mention that one. It is a generic variable, so we need to take the t once again. So that's what we are getting the error here. So when you are taking the function definition, when you are using the class programs, so we need to take the template syntax like this. Why we are getting here? So if you are try to remove this one. Just wait a minute. I missed some. Yeah, semicolon here. Yeah, yeah. Now we got the result.
Ma'am, 29th line.
Yeah, we got the output here. Is my screen is visible? Output screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, now you can see here. So this is max of 20 comma 10. So what is the max of 20 comma 10? 20 is the maximum, and max of 5 comma from 5.5 and 8.5. Among these two, 8.5 is the largest value or the big value. So we are getting the result now. So we have some little bit confusion here. So you can see once again, I will explain this one. So when you are using the class templates, before class declaration, you need to take the syntax like this. Template in angular brackets, you need to mention the class, and you can take any generic variable. You can take any small letters or capital letters, any alphabet. Okay. And when you are taking the data members, in previous programming, we are taking the data members integer, float like that. But when you are taking the generic data members or generic programming, so this data member type is generic variable, that is a t variable. So instead of int float, you need to take the generic variable t here. Okay. So wherever you are taking the data type, so instead of data type, you need to take the generic variable. Is this clear? Whenever you are taking the data type, instead of data type, integer, float, character like that, instead of those data types, we need to take the generic variable t. So here passing parameters. So here parameter types are generic data types t, and here it is also t, and you can assign those values. And you can take the function name as max function, and return type of this function is generic variable again. Okay. Now you can see here. So this is a max function. Now once see here, just I'm comparing the, just I'm calling the object one. Okay. So compare obj1 20 comma 10, and within the between class name and object in name, in angular brackets, we need to mention
Ma'am,
the
time up.
data type of s like it. Wait. So data type of object parameters. So what is the data type of object parameters here? Integer. So when you are creating this statement, it is going to the constructor. This is a constructor. Now you are
Ma'am, we have
passing that.
another class, ma'am.
You have a class at 11 now.
Ma'am, we have to breakfast. We have to take breakfast. I have to.
No problem. You can take your breakfast and listen the class. No problem. If you have any problem, just leave the class. That's it.
Ma'am, we have a break, ma'am.
Yes,
You
we
are
have a
utilizing the
break.
break,
Just
ma'am.
take the
It's
two
not
minutes
break,
now.
ma'am. Huh?
What, like it?
Ma'am, you are utilizing the break, right? We have a
You
15
are
minutes break between classes.
just I'm taking the 2 more minutes now. If you have any problem, just leave the class, Niket. No
Okay,
problem.
done, ma'am. Take
Anyone
2 minutes.
remaining people can listen the class now.
Okay, ma'am. I will wait, ma'am. 2 minutes.
Then what I'm saying, yeah. So this x and y. So what is the x and y data type values here? You are passing the 20 comma 10 now. So x value is 20 and y value is 10. And what is the data type of x and y here? Generic variable integer. So this t is replaced with the integer. This t is replaced with the integer, and you can assign those values to the data members AB. And come to the object 2. So what is object 2 parameters here? 5.5 and 8.5. And what is the data type of a 5.5 and 8.5 float? Now when you are creating this object 2, again it is going to the constructor. But now this t is replaced with which data type? Float. Why? Because you are passing the float variables. and those float variables values will be assigned to data members. Okay, then you are calling the max function, max obj1 dot max and obj2 dot max function. Now it is come to the max function. So when you are calling the obj1 max, what is the obj1 values? Integer. Now this t is replaced with the integer. This t is wherever you have a t, so that t is replaced with the parameter data type. What is the parameter data type here? 20 comma 10 means here integer. So that will be replaced with the integer here. Suppose if you are calling the obj2 dot max function, we are calling the max function with the obj2. So what are the parameters for obj2? 5.5 and 8.5. What is the type of parameters here? Float. Now this t value is replaced with the float value. Okay, so with this single function you can execute any value, any function, means max of integer or max of float or max of double or max of character or max of long double, like that you can take any values. You can use only one function definition. So that is the use of the template. So that is the reusability is there with the function, single function we can execute the number of functions here with the different values. And it is the flexibility is there when you are taking the program. Why? Because instead of writing the number of function definition, we are writing only single function now. So you have a flexibility in the program also. Okay, so is this clear everyone?
Clear, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah. And thank you, and you can leave the class.
Ma'am, attendance.
Yeah, yeah, wait. I'll, wait a minute. I need to reload the attendance, refresh the attendance. Yeah, now you can leave the class, ma. Yes, I got the attendance
Thank,
here. You can leave the class.
thank you, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Bye, Muntas. Thank you, Vamshi. Thank you, Lakshmi Prasanna. Thank you, Amrin.